welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Orlando City SC 3, Sacramento Republic FC 0 in the 2022 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup Final. Orlando City, make sure the slipper doesn't fit and midnight strikes on the Cinderella story of Sacramento. Orlando wins the trophy and will be going to the CONCACAF Champions League next spring in February. Their second chance of asking, they get it done in their own backyard, just like the first chance of asking. They didn't get the CCL. Now, with CCL on the line, second chance of asking in their own backyard, they learned from their mistakes against Orlando. Took a little bit. Or against Portland. Orlando versus Portland, what I'm referring to. But they learned from those mistakes, and they finally get it done. 3-0 Orlando City. The first half, Orlando City played very scared. They played into the game plan of Sacramento, and hell, they did till the 75th minute. Until Sacramento started getting a bit cocky, believing they could play forward and get some open play goals and thought they could win in 90 minutes. They got a little bit too hot on themselves and absolutely got ripped apart by Orlando City. And after that first goal, never went back to their favor. But that first half, though, Sacramento played their game plan like they did against SKC. They had some breakaway chances. They had some honestly better chances than Orlando did. They let Orlando hold the possession, but they defended well as a team. Then going into the second half, they do that for about until the 70th minute. Then around the 70th minute, Sacramento had some offensive chances to score a goal to make it 1-0 for them. Had a free kick, had a good chance, open play, and then the ball gets turned over. And then as soon as they do that, the 75th minute, Sacramento defensively turns the ball over. Absolutely horrible defensively. Benji Michel picks the ball up on a horrible giveaway, horrible pass. Cuts out the ball. Passes it to Facundo Torres in open space. Facundo Torres takes a banger, one-timer, where Vitiello can't save it. Top bins to the near post. 1-0 Orlando. Then in the 80th minute, penalty is given. Facundo Torres steps up to take it. And he goes to the right when Vitiello goes to the left. And it's 2-0 Orlando. Then in the 90-plus 6th minute, Facundo Torres passes it to Benji Michel. Benji Michel assists the first. Facundo assists the third. Benji Michel gets a ball played through. Great run. Gets to roll the ball into the net. Past Vitiello. Beats the keeper. Beats the defense. 3-0 Orlando. That's the way it would end. Orlando, within about a 25-minute span, turned this game from a possible fairy tale to a nightmare. And the slipper doesn't fit. Midnight is struck. Orlando are your champions of the Open Cup in 2022. Stats are as follows. 15 shots to 5. 3 shots on goal to 2. 52% possession to 48% possession. 427 passes to 382. 82% pass accuracy to 78% pass accuracy. 11 fouls to 15. 1 offside to 1. 2 yellow cards to 3. 0 red cards to 0. And 1 corner to 2. Why Sacramento lost this game is because they played the moment. When they believed they had some chances on the front foot, they took those chances. They tried to get those chances. Then the defense felt weak. The defense coughed one up and broke the deadlock because the defense coughed one up. And Orlando made them pay for it. As soon as Sacramento had some good run of chances offensively in open play, well, a free kick, but of course, a way to make it 1-0 possibly and give themselves the lead well, after playing their game plan that was very similar to the SKC match for 75 minutes, or 70 minutes. They missed the free kick. They had a good open play chance. Goes all the way back. The Sacramento defense lays an egg, has a brain fart. Looked really horrible. That just sucked. That just sucked. Ball given away. And them's the breaks. They pay for it. And Orlando doesn't let Sacramento try to get back into the game. They're like, no, we're going to push forward, get a second, end this thing. And they do. They also get a third. But the thing about this match is Sacramento, after they gave up that first goal, they were never back in it. They tried. They still had their hearts on their sleeves, but it was just different. It was all desperation, I think, from the 75th minute on. And Orlando knew it. And they made Sacramento pay for that desperation, because once Sacramento played the moment, you can't get out of that mindset. And they just couldn't figure out how to keep the desperation at bay. Sadly enough, they just couldn't figure it out. Once they got scored on, they were very desperate to try to score a goal or keep it a 1-0 game, and it all fell apart. It legitimately fell apart after they allowed that first goal. That's honestly when midnight struck. Or at least it was 1 minute to midnight. And then, when they had their heart on their sleeve at that point, it was just desperation and hoping and praying for the game to go back their way, or at least try to get it back to evens. They didn't. And it's sad because Sacramento were a very tough team to beat throughout this tournament. They deserve to be in this final. They played some damn good teams and Sporting Kansas City. They deserve to be here. And they, for 75 minutes, looked like the Sacramento who could upset an MLS team again. For the last 25, they looked like a USL championship team being outplayed in a chess match, as it should be. They've probably gotten as close as you could ever get in the current era against an MLS team. 25 minutes away from a trophy, or I guess in their case it would have been 55. And penalties, but damn, they got pretty close. And Sacramento, they deserve plaudits. They really do. And they played with their hearts on their sleeves. They never gave up, whether it was desperation or just absolutely playing out of their minds. But the luck runs out. It does. The fairy dust runs out. That happens. You can't get mad at it. Sacramento, playing the moment once it got to about the 70th minute, self-inflicted this loss. They almost were at the finish line, or at least 3/4 to the finish line, depending on way you look at it. If they scored a goal, it would have been the finish line. If they didn't get scored on later on. Or 3/4 of the way to the finish line, depending if it was still 0-0. And it did not go their way. They were playing the moment, not the game. They were playing the moment. It got in their heads, that trophy. And I think that's what sucked, is they knew they were that close to a trophy. And they sort of got ahead of themselves. And that's exactly how they lost this game. They gave Orlando the opening, and that was curtains at that point. But Sacramento, for the first 75 minutes, you could really say 70, but let's just say 75, were absolutely great. There's nothing to take away from Sacramento. It's not like they got their asses kicked. They did exactly what they had to do until everything blew up in their face. And even then, they still sort of kept it tight until they couldn't. That's football. Sacramento fans, keep your head held high. You're a damn good team. Mark Briggs is a wonderful manager. And you got a damn good team that definitely, at least some of those players are going to MLS. next year, and damn it, I want 2 of them in Toronto, at the very least. A.K.A. Demia Vidaire, who trialed with Toronto in the preseason, and Danny Vitiello. I could enjoy watching Danny Vitiello in goal for TFC if we have to go with a cheap goalkeeper, because we always do. I think he would be great. A very much better in his pay grade player. And Demia Vidaire, if he's Richie Larea's replacement, I wouldn't complain. Point is Sacramento, you got a lot of players that are going to MLS because of this. They'll have their moments in the sun. This isn't it for them. And honestly, this isn't it for Sacramento either, because you know what? The way they played, it doesn't matter as much. It kind of does, but it really doesn't. The USL Championship trophy, I'm tipping Sacramento to win the whole league. The USL Championship this year, because they got tournament experience. They know how to win a tournament, especially against USL teams. They've been champions before. And they almost won the Open Cup. I have a feeling that things are going to go their way in the USL Championship. I would believe that. So keep your heads held high, Sacramento fans. You're a great fan base. You packed the house at that Civic Center. You were down in Orlando, showing your love, showing your support. I have a lot of respect for Sacramento. And I wish you were in MLS. And I wish this made a message to MLS that Sacramento getting rug pulled was probably the absolute worst thing they could have done. Orlando fans, go celebrate. This is a long time coming. You got CCL next year. You finally won a really big game. You lost the MLS's back tournament in your own backyard in a similar way as those first 75 minutes went against Sacramento. Similar way. You almost fell in that trap again. As I said, you learned your lesson a little bit. Not too late, but it took a while. Then you could have a doblete. You got more to fight for. But Orlando, that was a tough win. You got it done in the end. And you got Champions League. And you get to celebrate or get to enjoy the most fun tournament in all of CONCACAF and probably, honestly, the world, in my idea. You'll get some international exposure. And that's well-deserved. Orlando, you've built a good club. Oscar Pereira is still a great manager. I was about to, in the first 75 minutes, I'm like, I understand why they want Oscar out. But no, he's still a good manager. And hopefully in the playoffs, unless you play Toronto, you go pretty deep. I'd rather see you win it than Montreal. We'll see, though. With that being said, though, Orlando, this is well-deserved. Everything, when the deadlock was broken, everything went your way. And you found a way to make it go your way. So, well-deserved. Man of the match for me is Benji Michel. Because Benji Michel changed this game. Orlando was toothless with Erkan Kara up top. They legitimately were. Erkan Kara is a zebra. The man reminds me of Jonder Cadiz. Born offside, can't run, and is barely worth anything as a forward, unless he's tapping in goals. Benji Michel is the better forward here for Orlando in my eyes. And once he came on, the game changed. Got an assist, got a goal, got an assist to Facundo Torres. Facundo Torres assisted him as well at the end of the game. Orlando hit a second gear or third gear when Benji Michel came on. He changed the game. Orlando won because of that substitution. Kara for Michel. So, man of the match, even though he was on for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It was the 60th minute. Yeah, Benji Michel, 30 minutes, man of the match. That's all he needed. He's the reason Orlando won this. Big reason. If he doesn't come on, this could go deeper. This could go longer. And it may have went to penalties if they waited a bit too long. And who knows what happens there. I mean, hell, Gaiese lost a penalty shootout to Australia, and Vitiello's honestly a better goalkeeper than Redmayne, to be honest. They sort of look alike, too, but with that being said, maybe Gaiese would have had some PTSD. With that being said, though, that didn't matter. Orlando picked him up, got it done, and they're Open Cup champions. Congratulations, Orlando. Well-deserved. Enjoy Champions League and enjoy the rest of your season. Can't wait to see what you do in the playoffs because I'd say you're pretty certain to make the playoffs out of the East. I think you will make it. I don't think you're going to blow it. It's hard for you too. So congratulations on the Open Cup. Have some fun in the playoffs. Have some fun in the rest of your season and have some fun in the CCL. See you then. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribed, tell all your friends. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, I have a live watch along for Real España versus CS Herediano. And a RSR for Olympia versus Didion Hen. So I'll see you then. Double feature tomorrow. Live and RSR for one of each. See you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Orlando.